Why, hello there. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. And welcome to Makeup Monday. I have some more responsibilities on my plate now. So, I actually have a meeting about an hour before Makeup Monday. And, it's only 15 minutes, but I like having the full hour to get myself ready to transition to this. So, hi. So, I decided to just bump it up by 15 minutes since I had the 15-minute little meeting and I still wanted the 1 hour. I was going to give myself the 1 hour because why not? There's literally no reason to not do that. There's literally no reason to not make the kind decision to myself. Well, because generally speaking, most of you that come here to me are usually brought in by random means. And, anyone who is here, I guess, for, like, a specific type of thing, I guess will wait for me, or because that's usually somebody who has my phone number and will be like, hey, Maya, why are you not online? If one wants to see me so badly. Anyway, welcome to Makeup Monday. That was me showing you that I need to buy more chapstick. Cause I'm digging it out. I'm digging it out of here to get the maximum use of it. Anyway. My face is washed and moisturized and all that stuff. We are gonna play Vampire Therapist, but first we have to get ready for the Vampire Therapist. I mean, I don't know if you've seen most vampires in fiction, most of them. Now, I know that there are some stories where they have made the vampires into like real monstery kind of monsters and not like sexy beautiful attractive beasts, but anyway, if we're gonna go see but we're talking about sexy vampires here, so this game, this universe of the Vampire Therapist, these are all like mostly normal looking types of people. I mean, they're all still vampires and they can all still like fang out, as it were, but for the most part they just look like your normal attractive human being, you know? Nothing but you know, like more attractive than say your average person, because they have like a, you know, preternatural sort of attraction level. So we got to make sure, if we are the vampire, if I am the vampire, that I am that I look good, because cognitive behavioral therapy is difficult. Well, it's difficult that, you know, but also in this game it's hard too. The cognitive distortions are both real and quite apparent. Okay. We got... So, we're gonna do like a really, I want to do like a really basic, but like still like really, still a really good look. But it's not gonna be like complicated, like any of my looks actually are that complicated. But this in particular will not be complicated. So I'm taking the Vanessa palette from Juvia's Place. This is my basic standby palette. I love this palette. It's got all my like neutral tones, but it's got like this little color is like fun to like add a little fun, and it's got a couple of shimmers to it, but it's basically like I can glam it up, or I can keep it basic. My lights are going weird. So we're not doing a ton of eye makeup, like eyeshadow here. Most of this is gonna be like eyeliner for the most part. So I'm just gonna, and I'm gonna do concealer after I do the eye makeup. So this color is very, very close to my skin tone. So it's called Busy, which I am. And I'm just putting that on the lid, and not anything more, just patting that in. That gives us it gives my eyelid this like nice like it looks like my eyelid, but it also looks smoother. Do you see the difference? It just looks smoother, it looks nicer, but it's like pretty much like I'm just putting the color of my eyelid. It's a little bit lighter, but I'm putting it just on my eyelid. I'm not doing anything special. So like use a color for you out there that is close to your natural shade, a little bit lighter. So for me, this is really close to my natural shade, but it is a little bit lighter than my natural skin tone. And I keep it so that it's like, you know, because it also gives my eyes just a little bit more of a lift. Okay, so that's that. Just gonna make sure that it's blended up, because we're not adding anything else. That's what's so fun about this, just one color. So that's done. Bye. Let's get that eyeliner. Now we are using these big old marker stamps that I have, that I rarely use the actual marker part of it, because I love the stamp part of it. And I don't usually put a really thick liner on, but that's what we're doing today. Okay, so I'm doing this because I just want to make sure that that I didn't get any powder caught in any of my wrinkles. I am 45 years old. Next week I will be 46. That's right, 46 years old. So, you know, make sure that it doesn't get into the lines is all I'm saying. So I'm not gonna pull anything like across like that. I'm taking the marker and I'm laying it flat, point in, and then flat over like that. See? And it's okay if it doesn't reach all the way down. We're gonna fill it in. Nothing has to be perfect. Don't let perfect be the enemy of good. So you also don't need to do it all in one go. You can take your time. If you are in a hurry, like a really big hurry, don't do this. That's all. If you're in a really big hurry, then that means you don't have time. And that's okay. You don't have to have time for everything. The world is huge. It's massive. And there's so many things to do. You don't have to have time to do all of it. That's like literally impossible. Okay, I'm just filling in the any. I might actually pull right here so I can. That's actually, I did a really good job. I just want to make sure that I get this nice and big, right? When it really pronounced. And we'll stamp and do all that stuff after this, but let's do the other side now. Building this out. One of the things about the vampires in this game, though, is that, like, a lot of times, a lot of them, not all of them, are, like, sort of stuck in wherever it is that they're from, you know? Like, they, stamp it. That looks good. You know, if they're from the Renaissance, then like that's how they dress forever. I'm personally not a fan of that idea that a vampire will wear the outfits and the styles that they wore when they were alive. Like, if I lived forever, like, my styles would change up like all the time. I think it'd be super fun. Ooh, hold on. Do you see that? Let's. Yeah, see? I don't know what that is. Okay, good enough. So now I'm going to take my black pencil. No, sorry, I did the wrong thing. I was not going to do this. We're doing a red lip. This is what I was doing with the black pencil. I'm going all the way around, though. I've been learning a lot about cognitive behavioral therapy from playing this game. And there's other games that use cognitive behavioral therapy in like a gamified way that I like. There. Any imperfections that I see, I now realize just my are just what I see, and it's not. I did everything right, right? Okay, let's do browse. Okay. Um, I like the idea of reframing those negative thoughts. For a while, so whew, that's good. I like it. I'm not don't be mad at it. It's just very dramatic and I am not used to it. So, we calling up justice, but me leading the project, are doing a 24-hour stream right here on Twitch and on YouTube for 24 hours for Giving Tuesday. And I had it, it was my idea. And I was like, you know what we should do? We should do this thing. And it is a good idea. It was so much work. It's so much work. Work is so much work. So so for a while, I was calling the Giving Tuesday campaign, which is called Money Please, because that's what we need. We need you, if you have money, to give it to us. We're not pretending. It's Giving Tuesday. It's Giving Tuesday. Give us your money. Anyway, as we are not, so for a while, I was calling this, this stream, in my head, I was calling it My Big Stupid Idea. Because it's a big idea. And I thought, ugh, like, how dumb do you have to be to come up with an idea yourself, to give yourself so much work? Why would you do that? It's because it's a good idea, and because I believe in what I do. Surprise. Little concealer right here. For the under eyes to bring everything up, brighten everything, right? But it's a great idea. It's not a stupid idea. And that was, and me calling it a stupid idea is like a form of cognitive distortion. And I learned a little bit more on that because I was playing this game, y'all. Because I was like, oh, because there are other vampires that Sam, the cowboy vampire therapist, is treating, and they really, or not they, but some of them are good at discounting the positives, and you know, framing positive situations as negatives, and taking your own all the positive things that you've done and just turn it into not good stuff. That's not, you know, you're distorting reality to fit a narrative, to so that your feelings feel justified for whatever action that you're doing. And I just thought it was really interesting that this game gave me all of that. So yeah. Alright, I'm gonna set it with powder. I'm not putting on blush because we are vampires. No blush means because we have no blood. But the blood we drink. Vampire stuff. I mean, that would be one cool thing about being a vampire is that, like, as far as I can see, on like TV shows and movies, like vampires don't even have to wear like a lot of makeup. Like, like they just like look awesome. That would be fun. Like you could really, cause like you would barely. It would be just it would be working with like a pre-painted canvas. Sounds great to me. Alrighty. So, I bought these 29-cent lip liners, and they are worth that much money because they are low pigment. They're just, it's low pigment, so you can't really see a lot of the color. But that's okay, because I draw over the line with the actual lip color, so it's not that big. And I am really gonna, I'm following my natural lip line. Okay. And now, I'm gonna get my favorite reds, my current favorite reds, which are the lip bar, my lip bar duo that I got of Boss Lady and Rich Auntie. I've been doing Rich Auntie a lot, so let's do Boss Lady. I might have to put some foundation to shape my lips up a little bit more, but it's good. So, like, I just don't like... No, it's fine. Vampire. Okay. That's it. I think we... Oh, no it's not. No it's not. It's almost it. Okay. Come on. Let's go to vampire therapy. I love this red, though. Isn't it amazing? It's called, Boss Lady. No. Yes, Boss Lady. BAWS Lady. It's made by the Lip Bar. And I love it. See. We do that. Isn't that what they do on commercials and stuff? Or they're like, ooh. I don't know. I'm not a model, guys. I'm just a digital producer that likes to play video games and put on makeup. And speaking of, let's get comfy. Let's play some games. I'm gonna be out of town next week, so we won't have any streams. Just a second. So I just want to make sure that we spend a good amount of time together. I'm gonna get nice and comfy. I did get a game that I will play with you on Wednesday called... What's it called? It's a ghost game. Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden. Eden? Yes, Ghosts of New Eden. You know, I looked at the cover, it had a black woman on it, and I'm always gonna try something out there. And then I played the demo, and I was like, And so then I got the game so that I could find out what happens next. I'm looking forward to checking it out with you all. So let's find our vampire therapist, shall we? Boo. Ah. All right. Ooh, what did I do? Oopsie, sorry y'all. Did not mean to do that. I just meant to do this. All right. Which is nothing to you. I was just moving a window over. Let me know in the chat if you can hear everything, if things are good. Also, let me know in the chat if you like my makeup. Okay, we're gonna continue on. So Sam, who is us, we are main character Sam, um, is he is learning how to do um therapy, but he is also getting therapy from this guy Andromachos, who he calls Andy, who is his mentor and also a therapist. Andromachos is like 3,000 years old, so he knows a lot, and he's very emotionally intelligent, and like really super cool. And the therapist's office is above a nightclub, like a German goth nightclub, which you can hear the music playing in the background, which is a thing I really, really like. So that he just had a really, Sam just had a really tough session with Dr. Drain. Let's go to Dr. Drain. These are all of the clients that we've had. So this is Dr. Drain. He's 430 years old. This is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of situation where you have this person who is very tightly wound, and then you have his other half who calls himself Lord Luridus. And he is a hedonist and a sociopath and kind of shitty. That said, Dr. Drain is also kind of shitty. So, because, I mean, I'm not saying that's why he's in therapy, that you have to be a shitty person to be in therapy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, there's a reason why Dr. Drain is also in therapy, in this kind of heavy-duty vampire-type therapy. This is Isabella d'Este, which I'm guessing that this is who we're gonna see today, because we had our second session with Dr. Drain, so we should probably be getting our second session with Isabella. She is 550 years old. She is an elitist. And then she saw a movie called Rise of the Spacewalker, and it made her lose all hope in art and in life or unlife, which I think is really funny. I think it's really, really funny that, like, a kind of a ripoff to Star Wars is what set her off, like the worst Star Wars movie.
Oh, hey, Andy.
And then so we have our cognitive distortion.
You don't see
whoops, sorry.
Americans.
I guess I ain't too happy to be seeing tonight's client. I'm still feeling the tongue lashing she gave me last time.
Okay, let's do this.
Ah, yes, the Senora d'Este. She certainly has a way with words.
It ain't that. It's just this sense I get. Like she thinks I can be a certain way just because she tells me to.
Aha. At least that makes her core distortion clear, doesn't it? You know what it is, of course.
So we're going to learn about these distortions that she has. She has a control fallacy.
That lady's got control fallacies out the wazoo, and they've given her centuries of stress.
I do not know this term, wazoo, but you are correct. The woman who chooses immortality so that she can ensure her family makes the correct decisions probably has some control issues.
And taking out her stress on me.
That's not nice.
Do not take her criticisms too much to heart, my friend. You are simply a convenient target, an element within her control.
Sorry, I'm just looking at my makeup. Gotta make sure we look
that
best.
Still don't make it much fun.
I will not deny that Senora d'Este is a confrontational client, but take her presence as a gift, however you can. A woman so powerful in her time has much to teach us.
She knows a lot about art. She is a very
very
interesting person.
At your disposal to help her. Consider your approach.
Oopsie. Okay, so she is a control fallacy. I think she is, she definitely does overgeneralizations. This is tough. I have to choose her. So her core fallacy is, or her core distortion is a control fallacy. I think she does overgeneralizations. She does personalizations. So part of this is that, like, at a certain point, there are so many cognitive distortions, and you can't interrupt someone every single time they say something that is a cognitive distortion. Eventually you're just attacking that person every time they open their mouth, because we all have a habit of making things seem and look the way that we think they are. Maybe not emotional reasoning. Maybe Nosferatu thinking. Nosferatu is like black and white thinking. I feel like emotional reasoning is in there. And then I'm just like labeling or should, actually. I really don't know if I don't know what happens if I do the wrong ones.
Okay. Now I think I'm ready.
So these are the ones that we've chosen.
I will leave you to meditate then. Be well, Samuel, and let this 3,000-year-old tell you, you are a fantastic therapist.
That's so nice.
Oh, gosh. You're gonna make me blush. Get on out of here, boss. I can handle this.
I know you can.
Now I think I'm ready. And here she comes. A deep breath. Now, howdy, Senora. Nice to see you again.
Liar. You are as pleased to see me as I am to see you, therapist.
We're gonna get straight into it, huh? All right, lay it on me. Why ain't you happy to see me?
Because you are a worm.
Now, I've been called a lot worse. You're gonna need to be more specific than that, Senora.
You are a worm because of the way you wriggled into my mind the last time we spoke, leaving behind loathsome doubts.
Oh, good, good.
The only reason I am here is to confront you for your beastly behavior.
All right.
I come to you in crisis, and you suggest that I am the cause of my own woe. Aren't you supposed to help me?
He
Senora,
is.
you came in here telling me that Art is dead. How am I supposed to help you with that?
I don't know. But telling me that my existence has been a complete waste of time is not comforting.
Whoa, whoa. He never said that.
I definitely don't remember saying that, Senora. What I said is that you ain't gonna change the world for anyone. But that doesn't mean your work wasn't worth anything. That's what I call...
Ooh, which one is that? A control fallacy.
That's what I call a control fallacy. Senora, you're one person. One powerful, intelligent, and talented person, but one out of billions. You can't expect to reach everyone. Doesn't matter how good the art you produce is. It ain't gonna help a fellow like me who grew up without ever having heard the name Michelangelo.
Michelangelo? Who is Michelangelo?
The guy what painted the Sistine Chapel. Michelangelo.
Michelangelo did no such
Oh,
thing. Perhaps
Michelangelo.
you are thinking of a man from New Jersey, or a turtle. It is Michelangelo.
I knew it! I knew it! Michelangelo.
Senor, you want to talk about wasting time? What's using me as a punching bag doing for you?
Very well. I will speak plainly. I am angry with you, Mr. Walls. Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain, but to think that much of it was, this is most horrifying.
No, it's not
Listen
that.
carefully, Samuel. It is not only truth that harms the Senora, but also the way she perceives truth.
That's emotional reasoning.
Yes, perhaps
No.
Listen carefully, Samuel. It is not only...
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain.
I don't know, I
but
keep
to
getting
think
it
that
wrong.
Much of it was. This is most horrifying.
No, it's
Listen
not.
carefully, Samuel.
Okay, I guess it...
Yes, perhaps
Listen carefully, Samuel. It is...
Yes, perhaps not all I did was a waste of time, effort, and pain.
Maybe it'd help if we looked at that wording you used. A waste of
I
time,
forgot that
effort,
one.
and pain.
I forgot that. I didn't even see it. I was just like, which one of these?
Even if you didn't achieve your goals in them efforts, you can't just say they were a waste of time. Now, if you were sitting in bed for 400 years watching bad TV, then I might agree with you.
A disgusting notion. I am already dead. I do not need my mind to actively decompose by watching Batflix's latest trash.
So maybe let's reserve waste of time for trash, huh? I can see why it'd be upsetting to see something you put a lot of effort into not work out.
It is more than upsetting. It is devastating. I did not just fail to bring the understanding of true beauty into the world, I failed to bring it to my own familia.
Yikes.
I watched them die, Mr. Walls. It was not the physical death that caused me the greatest pain, but the spiritual death. They had no care for the Gonzaga name nor the Deste name. Despite my sacrifice and all my efforts, they pissed away my legacy.
Oh boy, sounds like there's a lot to unpack here.
It is a dark and painful story, Mr. Walls. A story where my greatest joy turns to ash, and I was powerless to stop it. When last we met, did I tell you about my son?
I don't think
No,
so.
I don't think so.
Federico. Ah, my dear Federico, my little clown, my delicate artist, my beautiful boy. I suffered for him, Mr. Walls. I put up with my husband, Frankie, and all his brutishness, all his licentiousness. All for Federico. I raised him to be intelligent and clever, to understand the gentle arts and philosophy. I raised him to be a Deste. But for all my efforts, I could not cool his Gonzaga blood, and it persisted for a century, to the ruin of our house.
No.
I know great powers, Samuel, but power over blood, that I shall never have. And there are none who...
But for all
I hate to break it to you, senor, but every kid's got two parents, whether they know them or not. And kids have got minds of their own.
I refuse to believe that we are trapped by our blood. What was my destiny as a girl? Men of my time said it was to be servile and docile, a political pawn. What saved me from that fate? Knowledge, study, an appreciation of art, music, history, and literature. In the same way, I should have been able to save my son, but my failure did not end with my darling Federico. I was only 153 when the once great Gonzaga house surrendered all its honor to the hated Spanish. I stood by, useless as a statue, as the Gonzaga name burned in the war of the Mantuan succession.
Okay, what were you supposed to do, Isabella?
The hated Spanish? You say that like everyone hates the Spanish.
Must I mince words with my therapist? Naturally, I do not include the Spanish among those who hate the Spanish.
I don't hate the Spanish. I've known plenty of fine Spaniards.
I doubt you know much about fine company, but your pedantic point stands. Not all hate the Spanish.
Thank you.
Very well. From now on, I shall say the Spanish, who are hated by myself and sensible persons.
Oh, we can talk more about the Spanish later. So wait, there's a whole ass war going on and you're supposed to stop it? How's that work?
I gave up my humanity to guide my familia through the ages. If I could not do that, what was the point of becoming undead?
Senor, being a vampire gives us a lot of powers, but it doesn't give us the power to control a single human being, let alone a whole dynasty of them. When the heck have we ever listened to our betters? I ain't no historian, but I know enough to know people are liable to making the same mistakes over and over again. Humans have got that whole pesky free will thing that makes them do dumb things.
Ugh. Do they ever?
Perhaps you are correct. Stupidity is inevitable.
Oh, I love that. I love that she said that. I'm gonna clip
what
it.
you are trying to do, Mr. Walls.
Do you know?
What am I trying to do, Senora?
You are trying to tell me that I've been living a lie for more than 400 years.
No. No. No.
I ain't doing anything like that, Senora.
Do not fret, peasant. We are in agreement. I have been living a lie. We all have.
Oh?
As I told you last time, I know my own foolishness. But time has not made my mortal concerns fade. In my mind, I know that virtue, love, chastity, wisdom, honor, these kinds of words were created by men to make us supplicant.
Mm-hmm.
But, fool that I am, I still love the idea of virtue. I have loved it ever since I was a child.
It ain't foolish to have ideals, Senora. Wanting to better ourselves is maybe the thing that makes us human.
Perhaps, but whose better do we strive toward? That I follow the better of old perverts is what makes me foolish.
Senora, people have been following the ideals of old perverts for thousands of years. Why are you a fool?
That's fair.
Do not mistake, Mr. Walls. We are all fools.
Okay, if we're all fools, then none of us are fools.
Oh, well, that's better then.
Mind your tone. I will tolerate a fool, but not an impertinent one. As I was saying, my folly was to fall in love with these ideals as a child. I used to love all the tales of Roman mythology. I saw myself in all the goddesses. I saw my strength and chastity in Diana. In Minerva, my wisdom. In Venus, I saw my timeless beauty and romantic nature.
Romantic nature?
Romantic nature? What a wretched parrot I hear. Do not look at me so. Yes, I was a romantic. Until reality came crashing down upon me. Look at this painting I had commissioned.
Ooh, yay, we get to look at it.
What am I looking at? I don't know much about art.
Ooh, that's so pretty. I like it.
The figures standing upon the arch are Venus and Mars. Mars is portrayed by my idiot husband, Frankie. Beside him, I stand as Venus.
Ooh, man.
I'm not sure where I'm supposed to be looking.
You may appreciate my beauty, peasant, but do not let your eyes linger upon my once supple body over long. This is art, not pornography. But look closer and you will see that even this art is a lie. This is the dream of a foolish girl. To be enjoined in pure romantic love with a handsome warrior. I believed so hard, Mr. Walls, that I thought I could make it true. But this handsome man is not Frankie. This is Frankie. He is not Mars, but Vulcan.
Well, he's got some abs. I'll give him that.
Yes, I did not shy from truth. But see how love's aim goes amiss and strikes his gangrenous penis rather than his heart.
Yeah.
See the grapes behind him, for the drunkard is never far from his true love. See how he flails helplessly, as if begging a true warrior to put a sword in his belly.
I'm sensing we've got some work to do around your husband.
Whatever gave you that impression? The man was created solely to crush my view of the world and my place in it. Naturally, I might have some issues around him.
Senora, whatever problems your husband had, they were problems he had before he even heard of you. Anyone he could have married would have had the exact same problems with him. Ain't nothing to do with you.
Yes, you are indeed correct. One cannot blame a boar for being a boar, even if you dress him up as a man. It would have been better for all if he had married a sow.
At least everyone's expectations will be lined up, huh?
Quite so, Mr. Walls. I now believe that Frankie was the truest man I ever met. That is what broke my heart. I maintained the illusion that he was my Mars because that is what I needed. I was not ready to face the truth. Oh, but I knew. Even as a 15-year-old girl, I knew. But I could not accept that I was married to the legendary penetrator of Mantua. Is it any wonder that I prefer the lie of Virtu? Is it any wonder that I still prefer to believe it? The problem is men. You are all weak animals who would give up your dignity for an evening in the company of Lucrezia Borgia.
Hold your horses there, Senora. I don't even know who the heck Lucretia Borgia is.
She is the inventor of twerking. All men flock to her, as I'm sure you would. They say she was blonde, but she looked like a redhead to me. You know what they say about redheads. Kissed by Lucifer.
Rude.
Dang, Senora. Your overgeneralizations are building up and making you see whole groups of folks as awful. Now, I know you got your reasons for feeling the way that you do, real personal ones, but recognize where your experience is making you narrow your thinking. I mean, Senora, I'll be straight with you, as you're a tough lady. Here's where I think it's coming from. You're comparing people to gods, including yourself, and everyone's failing that test. Frankie weren't never gonna be Mars. You weren't never gonna be Venus. You weren't born out of no shell.
And you will never be anything but a peasant.
Fair enough.
Heck, Senora, I'll be as surprised as anyone if I get invited to a high society dinner. I can tell I'm hitting a sore spot, but maybe that means that's what we've got to focus on.
I do not like you, Sam Walls. But you are correct. I betray my own purity of spirit with my anger. But I say, why should we not aim to be like the gods? Humanity is not worth preserving when we are such petty creatures.
Senora, humanity is all we got. Even if we're immortal, every word we're speaking is a result of our humanity. Yeah, we make a lot of mistakes, and some of us sound like peasants, but all that messiness is worth something. It makes us who we are. Senora, I don't think you're a goddess. I think you're way more interesting and impressive, because you're real.
Well, you have great wisdom for a peasant, Sam. And your kerchief is a fetching shade of red that matches your eyes.
Well, thanks, Senora. Let's focus on you, though. What happens if you're not that perfect goddess?
I suppose I have always felt that if I could not live to my ideals, I would be left with nothing. I would be discarded like Frankie's mistresses and die of some sex disease. Oh, Mr. Walls, I know you speak the truth. I wielded great strength in an age where women were not respected. But I alone feel the weight of my family's collapse, so I feel responsible for it.
Does Senora Deste's feeling of responsibility for her family?
But I
know it's a lot to bear, Senora, but that weight you're carrying doesn't mean you're the one destined to carry the weight. You get what I'm saying?
This sounds like some of that excellent peasant wisdom of yours. Please explain.
What I'm saying is that feeling you've got doesn't create truth. You feel that you have ultimate responsibility for your family, but that feeling doesn't make it so.
Yes, I see. No one gave me this responsibility other than myself.
That's exactly it, Senora.
But I was the only person capable of preserving my family, Sam. That is what makes my failure so poignant.
But why were you the only one? that gotta look it up. Let's look it up in the book, y'all. Cognitive distortions. We're looking for... Let's go back. Emotional reasoning. Is that what I wanted? No. Okay, real quick, she says, I am the only one. That is what makes my failure so poignant. And I was like, that sounds like... I shall be in it if the world discovers our secret. Da, da, da. That sounds like a control fallacy, right? And then I was like, is that... I alone, so I didn't... Nope, that's not a personalization. It's not a generalization. Okay, I think I know. I think we're gonna go with that as a control fallacy.
Senora, what if you weren't the only person capable of preserving your family? What if no one person was?
I don't know. I never considered such a thing.
Well, try to consider it now. What if you accepted that whatever was going to happen to your family was going to happen?
You sound like a Calvinist.
Never mind with the labeling for now. How would you feel if you knew nobody can control what happened to the Gonzaga house?
I think I would feel relieved.
Senora, whatever happened to your family, fault never belonged to you. You were the one who named yourself responsible. No one else did. Look at who you are. And I think you can be damned impressed at who that lady is.
Damn you.
Oh!
Too late, Senora. Look, let's wrap up tonight, huh? I think you did great. You probably got some stuff to think about.
Yes. Thank you, Sam. I will see you in a month.
Of course, Senora. I'm looking forward to it.
Goodbye, Sam.
Samuel, it appears you have an admirer.
Oh, shucks.
I think Isabella d'Este has liked fewer than 5 people in her hundreds of years of existence, and you are one of them.
I think that is true.
Remember, though, that romantic entanglements between a therapist and client are absolutely forbidden, in case you are tempted.
Come on now, Andy. I ain't gonna do anything like that.
Of course, should the mind wander into fantasy, that is entirely acceptable.
Oh, you're just messing with me now.
I could not help it. It's rather cute. The First Lady of the Renaissance and humble cowboy Samuel Walls. Quite a picture, isn't it?
Okay, that's it. I'm getting a drink.
I'm sorry, Samuel. Please, drink. Ask Crimson for the Royal Virgin. It's my very best. I think you deserve it.
Yeah, whatever. You have a good night, Andy.
Rest in peace, Samuel.
We did it. Now we're in the club.
Thought I had family problems.
In the club, we all fam.
I need me a Crimson Special after that one.
Alright, this is... She really hates the Spanish, obsessed. Alright,
Howdy, Crimson. Think you can fashion me up one of them blood cocktails?
so, Crimson, is Andy's blood partner. She is not a vampire, but she's like a 50-year-old in a 30-year-old body, and she has cancer, and Andy's blood is the only thing that keeps her alive. And that's Crimson. And she's like the bartender and stuff here. Let's save.
I reckon so. Got a lot on your mind tonight, cowboy.
Yeah, just thinking about family stuff. I got this client who's got some real tough family issues to go through, and it got me thinking about my own. Or my lack of family, at least.
You got any family left?
I've got a great granddaughter kicking around, apparently, but she's got no connection to this old cowboy. Not sure what she'd say if a man dressed like a cowboy introduced himself as her vampire relative from the 1800s.
I see your point. Sounds like you don't have many family problems then.
I reckon so. Family means a lot to my client, though. I hope my perspective's still useful.
How do you think she's handling her therapy so far?
I think she's doing pretty well, honestly. She spent a long time judging herself by her family's achievements, but I think she's starting to recognize the fruitlessness in that.
Seems like you don't need her family to be able to give her some hope.
I suppose not. Rich family problems were never going to be my specialty anyway. You got family back home, Crimson?
Yeah, I've got some family. We don't talk too much. I went a little wild after I got my diagnosis. They're not too fond of my lifestyle choices, but hey, at least I'm alive. And I get to hear them gossiping about how I don't age.
Well, you chose a good age to stop getting older. I often wish I weren't such a dusty old corpse, but death comes when it comes.
Indeed.
Sometimes he's still waiting for me to give him an opening.
Death always is. Pardon me for asking, but is there a reason you're choosing not to be a vampire?
There is, but I'm not talking about it tonight. A little mystery makes life a bit spicier, don't you think, cowboy?
Oh, I wasn't trying to pry or nothing.
Bullshit. I know you're curious. Here, consolation prize.
What is it?
Black Widow. Black stuff's just food coloring. Figured you were in the mood for a scary lady tonight.
Thank you kindly, ma'am. Think I'll take this to my coffin for a quiet night.
You do that, honey. And don't spill in Andy's coffin. He'll act like he's not mad, but you know he's mad.
Why should I be upset? What has happened has happened.
Not bad, cowboy. Get the hell out of here.
Okay, I'm going. See you later, Crimson. There we are. Gotta get me one of these fancy coffins for back home.
Yeah, it's real nice. There's like a TV and there's lamps and books. Like, it looks like there's like tons of room. Cause like I can't imagine that like it has to be longer than the body because there's a TV and all that other stuff in it. So it's probably really long. So there's like tons of foot room. Look, there's like a little carafe of blood, lots of books to read, TV, and a lamp. I'm down.
Now let's see. What am I in the mood for?
Let's watch some cartoons. That's what I want to do.
I'm either going to find a passage from Little Women that suits me, or I'm going to watch Shemp get smacked in the head with a hot iron.
We could watch that. And it actually, so that's what I want to do. I'm going to do the TV thing because I want you all to see how cool it is.
Or I'm going to bed.
We're going to watch Shemp.
See? These guys are great.
We're just going to watch it for a minute. Because this is the thing that I like so much, The Brideless Groom. So this is the actual movie. So previous to this, I watched an entire Betty Boop cartoon. And it was fun. It was actually fun. I really enjoyed it. So isn't that cool? Isn't this cool?
I see, Miss Tinklemire. That's the way it should be sung. Shall we try it again?
I'll try anything for you, Professor.
Oh, that's fine. If you please, Doctor. Doctor. Oh, play.
Oh, cool. It removes the thing, so you just watch it too. Alright, that's enough.
You are too fortissimo, too allegro, too quantro.
We can keep watching for a little bit more.
Good. You're supposed to be singing about the voices of spring, not the...
Well,
Okay.
that's enough fun for one day.
Yeah.
Good night, son. See you in hell.
I'm not a Three Stooges fan, so sorry if y'all were liking the Three Stooges. Next time, if you wanted to continue, say something in the chat. I guess. All right, let's go.
Samuel, greetings. I believe you are seeing our actor friend tonight, are you not?
Yeah, I guess so. I still ain't sure I'm the right therapist for that fella.
There may not be a right therapist for him, but let us think positively. He has put himself in your care, and that is a tremendous step.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm thinking it's gonna be an uphill battle, though.
At least his core distortion is clear, don't you think? You know what it is, I am sure.
All right, this is the actor fella. Let's look at his thing. Let's see. Edward Keane, influential. He's a big fucking snob. He's like, I'm the best man in the entire universe. The greatest actor the world has ever seen. He is based off of a real person named Edmund Keane, who was also a highly influential Shakespearean stage actor during the Georgian period. So let's see. He's afraid. He's a self-centered mind. He has self-centered mindset. Believes he determines. It's like kind of control-y. Diminishes the thoughts and opinions of others. He's a champion gaslighter. It's like his superpower. That's an interesting thing too. Sees the world through theater. Like to dig into the where all this comes from. Where's this fellow? So because he's like super insecure to be like, I'm the best. I'm the best. So let's see. What is it though? Out of those ones, I don't know. I mean, he does make everything very personal because he's such a narcissist. I don't know. Is it? I've never gotten one wrong. It is emotional reason. He feels something is a way.
It's gotta be emotional reasoning. I ain't never seen someone so dramatic.
Certainly Edmund's thinking is derived from his intense emotions. But what spurs his emotions?
Oh, it's personalization.
It's personalization, right?
Of course, a distortion common to many with narcissistic tendencies.
Yep, it's the Edmund Keane show all day, every day.
I recognize your disdain, but pause a moment. It must be difficult for Edmund to make everything all about him all the time, don't you think?
It would be exhausting, I would think, right?
He doesn't have to make everything about him, though.
He doesn't know that. Keep digging, Samuel. You will find his truth.
Yes!
Choose your distortions well.
Okay, let's see. So personalization. So I think he has overgeneralization. I think he does should statements. I think that he does Nosferatu thinking, and I think he does. He has labeling or control, labeling or control, labeling or control. Or emotional reasoning. Yes.
I think I'm all holstered up now.
See if it works.
Very good, Samuel. I wish you patience and compassion. Good luck.
See you later, Andy.
Andy's a real cool guy. Andromaco's just super cool.
All right, now what did Andy teach me? Breathe. I think I'm ready. Right on time. I think I hear him coming. Hey, Edmund, good to see you. How you been feeling these past few weeks?
He sees them once a month.
Empty, my dear boy. Empty. I am but a vessel made for a single purpose. But
237.
alas, and alack, that purpose is in supply most rare.
You mean acting, right?
Aye, that's the rub. Acting, my dear boy. Acting. My thespian blood goes rancid with stagnation, and the only cure seems to me irreprehensible now. I do not wish to face these mortal directors, for they dare to tell me my art.
Ain't that what directors are supposed to do?
Oh, my dear boy. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and others have greatness thrust upon them. No director can thrust greatness upon the already great. In mine own case, mine greatness hath already been achieved.
What? Then why even try? Like, if you're already the best, then why do anything ever at all? No, it's not
There is
that.
no room for improvement in Edmund at all.
That's
No director can thrust greatness upon the already great. In mine own case, mine greatness hath already been achieved.
Nobody's
we go.
saying you ain't great, Eddie. You're talking in extremes. If every actor is awful or perfect, what the heck's a director supposed to do?
A most unenviable position, to be sure. I have directed, and did find it most odious. Indeed, a great actor can make the less talented seem even smaller.
See, that's not a great actor.
But you get it. All the director's doing is making sure everyone's doing what they're best at, right? That ain't saying you ain't great.
I suppose, but it is most frustrating when I know best.
Well, maybe you can help me understand a little better. You said that greatness was thrust upon you, right? How did that happen?
Ah, you are curious to hear what circumstances created this actor non-pare. I cannot blame you. Well, recounting such a history will please me indeed. I first rattled the foundations of the stage as a mere babe. Indeed, too young for memory, and yet old enough to command attention. Clad only in swaddling cloth at the age of 4, I was Cupid himself. But my arrows seemingly went astray, for the entirety of the audience fell in love with me. It is the stuff of legend. For tender as my mind was, I could not bear witness to my own greatness. But it does prove that I was indeed born great.
What? No, it doesn't.
But you said greatness was thrust upon you.
It was a matter of necessity. You may not guess it from my gentle speech, but I am no lordling. Selfishly, and surely to spite me, my father shuffled off his mortal coil when I was but a babe in arms, ere I ever graced the stage. It left my mother and myself in dire straits.
Hold on a sec. You said your old man died selfishly. Well, what do you mean?
Well, what kind of a father drinks himself to death when he has a beautiful baby son at home? I at least waited until my son was older before I did the same.
Eddie, come on. Listen to yourself. I'm sure you didn't die to spite your son, just as your pa didn't die to spite you. I ain't gonna deny his choices hurt you, but they weren't all about you.
Forgive me then. 'Tis ever the fate of an actor to feel every emotion more keenly. The situation my mother and I were left in was most precarious. We were the lowest of the low, you see. We lived in the rookeries and begged for our bread. But he that hath wit must make content with his fortunes fit. And oh, did we beg! She was my Queen Gertrude, and I her filthy little Hamlet. Did I mention I played Hamlet at age 14?
No, I hadn't heard.
Well,
Oopsie.
anyway.
He hadn't heard that.
My mother was a competent actress, but it was my wit alone that saved us from destitution. Forsooth, I was so prodigious that, at the age of 7, I garnered the attention of one Reginald Flopbot of the Worthington Flopbots. 'Twas he who paid to get me off the streets and into the dormitories. He said, "Edmund, my cherub, the streets are not for you. One day you will be the greatest of actors."
Hey, how about that? You went and proved him right.
Piffle. Master Flopbot never gave a fig about my potential. I was a prop to him, a symbol of his generosity and high breeding. Every month he would stage an elaborate party with all the well-to-do society of London. The dandy fop would stand upon a dais and announce himself as the savior of the city's poor. That was my cue. I would be lowered down from the rooftop, wearing naught but swaddling clothes and a set of opulent wings. The gentry's delight was my dungeon. But I would flit among them, reprising my breakout role as Cupid by shooting little arrows of love at them. At the age of 7, it was most disquieting. At 11, on the cusp of manhood, the shame was too much to bear.
Dang, Eddie, that sounds awful. That flopbob fella had no right to do that to you.
No, indeed. I remember my last performance quite vividly. The titters and leering glances from the guests linger ever in the back of my mind. And fool that I was, I played my part still. I should have plunged mine arrows into that fool Flopbot's chest instead of shaming myself.
Hold on a sec there. You saying you should have stood up for yourself. Where the heck does that come from? You were 11 years old. How the heck were you supposed to know any better?
I knew enough to know that being paraded around in swaddling clothes was a farce, and yet I played along. So yes, I should have done something about it.
And then what would have happened?
I don't know. But I would have been spared the indignity that I participated in.
You didn't have those answers then, and ain't nobody would expect you to. That's kind of how exploitation works, Eddie.
Indeed, the word exploit was not even in the standard lexicon at that point. How could I have known? Regardless, I swore that night to never be a puppet again. I stole away and gave myself to the mercy of Poseidon. The bargain was struck, and he swallowed up my hated swaddling clothes and wings. In desperation, I signed on with a mercantile shipping agency. I thought perhaps that my body would bend more than my soul. But oh, did I toil! Life upon the sea is most cruel. Biting winds did carve my visage. Low words hardened my heart, and heavy weights left me bent. By the time I had fulfilled my bargain with the Lord of the Sea, I had become an older man. My efforts etched into every crease on my face.
How old was
Dang,
he?
sounds intense. How long were you at this job?
A year? 6
An
months?
age.
There we go. I knew it.
6 months, each one a hungry leech torn from my bleeding body. I am convinced this gauntlet was prepared for me alone. For ne'er in history has one so blessed by grace been subjected to such toil.
Eddie, I gotta stop you there. It's gonna be a lot easier to accept your truth when you realize you ain't alone in your suffering. Hell, there ain't nothing more human than suffering. And historically, kids ain't had it so good.
But none suffered as I suffered. A boy such as I was not meant for such misery.
Compadre, I had my first kill and no home at 12 years old. My brother had a stutter his whole life on account of the regular beatings my stepdaddy gave him. Maybe your suffering felt like the only suffering in the world, but it wasn't. And it'll hurt less when you realize you weren't alone. But keep telling me your story. I already know there ain't nobody like you in the world, so don't worry on that account.
Now then, at last, we close the circle, as nature ever demands. I return to London, and into the graces of my dear Uncle Moses and his comely mistress, Charlotte. 'Twas she who filled my dramaturgical quiver with dire arrows, fletched by the bard himself. And when my deft fingers plucked the bow of humanity, at last I was free.
Huh?
I cannot speak more plainly. The good woman taught me the works of Shakespeare, and armed with this knowledge, I conquered the stage and saved myself from toil.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, right.
And so, you see, the die was cast from the moment I was born. The stage was made for me, and it was my skill upon it that saved me from the streets, and saved me once again from a life at sea.
Eddie, my man, I got some good news and bad news for you. The truth of the matter is, fate doesn't give a stable full of horse shit about you. Ain't none of us are that special. The world ain't waiting for us to show up. It's just gonna keep turning.
Yes.
Perhaps you are right, my dear boy. You are correct. My success was not because of the fates, but in spite of them. The fates said, Edmund, you are a child of the slums. But I shamed the immortal hags in my own manner.
No. No.
The stage roused my spirit. Thus I knew my destiny lay upon it. Edmund is conflating his emotions with
Thank you.
the stage.
You got it, amigo. You wanted the stage to be your ticket out of the bad days. Maybe that's why you were so successful. Your intrinsic motivation made you keep pushing to be better.
Tis so. Tis so. The threat of the rookeries loomed ever upon my overladen spirit. Acting presented itself as a way to keep myself out of them. It is natural that I should weigh its importance so heavily.
I can see why acting means so much to you, Eddie. I probably feel damn near the same about the things that got me out of my bad days.
Thank you. Then you understand how my alienation from the theater does pain me so. And yet, the cure is as deadly as the illness. These damnable critics! Not a single lifetime among them, and they deign to challenge my interpretation of the written word. They simply cannot relate to my singular experience. I will bare my soul upon that stage, and they will all sneer and malign it on their internet profiles. For someone that lives for adulation, Edmund has a dim view of his fans, don't you think? They simply cannot relate to my singular experience.
This
You're
it?
so certain
There we
that bad
go.
critics are all the same, but I think that ain't being honest with yourself. Not all critics are bad. It takes work to be good at something, so of course the decent critics are going to be rarer.
What you say rings true. Indeed, although past critics were flabbergasted at my portrayal of King Lear, not all were. And modern perspectives have affirmed that my interpretation was nothing short of brilliant.
Yeah, you get it. I took a look at your Wikipedia entry last night, Eddie. Well, maybe you've had a few bad critics here and there, but history says you're a legend, and your work speaks for itself. Hell, you were around before film was ever a thing, and people still remember you.
Ah, your words warm me, as an heir-sat son for the one we have forsaken. With thy help shall I gird my soul, mayhap, and grace the stage once more.
Well, let's talk about that then. What's the biggest thing stopping you from getting back up on that stage right now?
That it all simply might not be worth it. Why should I bare my damned soul when the audience hath not the sight to see it?
Maybe I can ask you a question then. What if there were no audience?
No audience? Do you know what a stage is, sir? It is a platform where life in brief may be portrayed. It is a platform because it is separate from the audience. Without such, the stage ceases to be a stage.
As in, if a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Simply but elegantly put, my dear boy. Without the audience, the stage loses all meaning, like a monarch without a kingdom. Humanity existed for tens of thousands of years before the stage was ever conceived of, and somehow we survived.
So is that
Simply but
Nosferatu?
elegantly put.
Just a minute there, partner. You're saying that the stage is nothing without the audience. But I gotta ask you, where does the acting come from?
Ah, but from simple tongues, the purest of queries, narrow in breadth, but as deep as the sea. The source of acting is everything, my boy. The beating of every heart, the cry of every child, the fluttering of a butterfly's wings. The roots of acting are intertwined with those of life itself.
So does acting come from the audience or from everything?
My dear boy, you prove yet again, as the bard oft did, that 'tis the fool who sees the truth as it is. I bow to your simple wisdom.
Thanks, I guess. Let's figure out how we can bring it back to acting. Forget the audience. I know we can't see in mirrors and all, but what do you think of filming yourself?
Brilliant notion. Yes, I shall become my own audience. I shall bring myself to rapture. Forsooth, if I cannot pleasure myself, whom can I pleasure?
We're still talking about acting, right?
Oh, my dear boy, the pleasures of the flesh are secondary to one who knows character above all else. Indeed, we speak of the noble art. I shall do as you suggest. If there is one on this lonely orb that can inspire an artist such as I, it is myself.
I ain't sure I'd put it exactly that way, but I think you're touching on the thing we've been talking about. The motivation's gotta come from you, amigo.
We are of one mind, dear boy. Perhaps I left my muse in the mortal realm, but I shall find him once more. Not only for myself, but also for my public. Yea, the masses flock to my Wikipedia page as moths to a flame, each a silent plea for the return of the one true artisan of the stage.
Okay, son.
Edmund sees his individual
That's
qualities as spurring
personalization.
others into action. Does he assume too much about himself? Yea.
Now hold your horses there, fella. You're reading a little too much into the whole Wikipedia thing. There's 1.5 million reasons why people might be looking you up. I mean, I hear tell the biggest Wikipedia page out there is the one for that coronavirus that got all them mortals all worked up. And I'm pretty sure they don't want that coming back.
And thus dost thou scuffle a burgeoning friendship with the cannons of enmity. Why must you challenge me so?
That's my job, compadre. Ain't we had some good breakthroughs today? We couldn't have gotten there if I'd been busy agreeing with everything you said.
Oh, very well. But I still say you are most vexatious.
I've been called worse. I think we got some homework for you, though, right? You're gonna film yourself and do some acting for its own sake. We'll check back in a few weeks. But Eddie, I think you're doing great. We made a lot of progress today.
Naturally. The human condition is my oeuvre. Nevertheless, you have been a competent guide. You have reminded me of what is most important in unlife. Me. I should like to give you a gift.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come on. You don't need to do nothing like that.
Nonsense. It is meaningless to me, but it is beyond price for you. It is my headshot, signed with my autograph.
Oh, thanks, Eddie.
Cherish it always. If you help me to find my muse, then it is a gift even more precious. And I will find it ere we next meet. Of that, I promise you.
Well, let's not put the pressure on, amigo. Just enjoy some acting. That's all I'm asking for. I'll see you in a few weeks then, okay?
Verily, so it shall be. Godspeed then, boy. Thou shalt witness me new and on. Farewell. A job well done, Samuel. I was particularly impressed at the way you challenged Edmund on what acting means to him.
Yeah, he's a weird fella, but I think he's gonna do okay.
It can be hard for our kind to retain our intrinsic, but you, Samuel, must rest. The work you have done in these past 2 months deserves to be celebrated, so do not linger here in this dusty room. Perhaps you can even be encouraged to dance.
I think I'm gonna need a lot more therapy myself to get to that point.
Very well, Samuel. Then let us at least make sure you get well nourished.
All right, let's save it. How fun was that? I loved a little therapy. Oh, that's not what I meant to play. This is what I meant to play. But I am gonna play that other thing in a second. I just wanted to, like, you know, get rid of the camera picture first of me. So here's my look. I hope you like it. This is the look. We're going to the vampire therapist. We must look our best. I want to look my best. Right? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Hold on. A boop. Thank you so much for joining us. Makeup Monday is a Calling Up Justice production. I'm your host, Maiamama. For more information on me, check out my Linktree. That's Linktree/Maiamama. And special thanks to executive producer Claudia Alick. For more information on Claudia or Calling Up Justice, check out their Linktree. That's Linktree/Calling Up Justice. Oh, y'all, I'm going to see you not tomorrow, on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, for Gaming for Justice, we're going to be playing Banishers, Ghosts of New Eden, because you know how I like things with black people in it. All right, I love you, but